Craig, big news this week, the departure of Bill Manning. We've been told there'll be more front office restructuring as time goes on. Immediately, how does this move affect the group, both on and off the field?
Well, obviously, it throws a little bit of a wrench into it, but we move forward, and we get a little bit bigger picture now. I think, Bill's fantastic at what he does and what he gave to this club, but this is a new vision from our owner, and we buy in immediately, and we move on. We grow, we get bigger as a staff, we grow more depth, and from there we just improve.
So what happens upstairs sometimes trickles downstairs. But what was the message from Deloy Hansen to the technical staff, to Jeff Cassar and the coaches?
Well, it's simple. From his perspective, he just came in, delivered a really quick and succinct message. This doesn't change anything. All it does is really continue the evolution that we've been going through with me assuming the position I'm in, and looking back into the staff. He wanted to add a little bit of confidence and move again. This whole moving forward. It's about moving forward. It's not about standing still and wondering.
Speaking of moving forward, right now the college season is about to kick off. You know this very well from time at Michigan, University of Washington. With all of these moves being made, does this affect, I guess, big picture, opportunities for you to build the infrastructure behind the scenes, stuff that no one really thinks about, and a part of that essentially becomes college scouting?
Yeah, college scouting, professional scouting, scouting in general. We're behind. Look, this organization's behind the times, and Deloy's recognized that, and he's committed to moving forward. He's publicly stated that we're going to grow as a staff. Scouting's one of those departments. Analytics is another department. We have a lot to do in a little bit of time here to play catch up, and it's not to the fault of anyone. It's not patting anyone on the back. It's not pushing anyone in the back. It just is what it is. We are a club that needs to move forward and start growing.
Yeah, when you talk about kind of stepping back just for a second to look at the bigger picture, that also includes this season and what's left with this year. We talked last week at halftime a bunch of things, responsibilities, both on and off the field, must-win situations. At this point of the year, is every game a must-win for this group in the final surge for the playoffs?
Yeah, I mean, in the sport, it's impossible to say every game's a must-win because not every game in soccer ends with a winner. But we're in a position where tonight's a must-win. If you don't get the result tonight, you're certainly chasing from a great distance with 8 games left. So, as much pressure as a player can feel, they've got to be feeling it in the locker room, and performance equal to last week on the field should get a positive result. It was extremely unfortunate last week. It was one of our better games in terms of connecting of passes, possession control, and shots on goal. But it just didn't happen. Tonight's got to be a different story.
Well, you're getting closer to full fitness. Chris Schuler, the only player as of right now unavailable. Back-to-back starting 11s. I think it's the only second time this season. When you look at it with kind of your past coaching, your past defender eyeglasses, I guess, when you see negative 11 goal differential, is that just a byproduct of health, international duty, suspension? Or is that something that at this point in the season, you're chasing a little bit, you're going to be opened up a little bit. Sometimes you leave yourself open to get hit on the counter.
Yeah, I think we might see a little bit more desperation in the latter minutes of a game when we're searching for wins right now than we have. But it's extremely naive to think that our minus 11 is simply because of injuries and call-ups and things like that. We've had some games this year that were tactically poor. We've had some games where the performances are poor. We've also had some very good games where even last week against Portland, where we've played very well. We've given up some good scoring chances, possibly deserved a shutout, but didn't get it. We've been a little too the spectrum's too big. We've been really good. We've been really poor. Minus 11 represents that.
Big news also this week, the arrival of Juan Manuel Martinez, El Burrito, 29 years old, Boca, Corinthians. He obviously has an unbelievable amount of quality. In terms of fitness, sharpness, since he terminated his contract with Boca, kind of big picture, where's he at? What's the opportunity looking like for him to hopefully come in and make an immediate impact?
Yeah, I think the opportunity's there. He's been training 5 days a week with his childhood club, Velez, and you know, it's a quality club, a great environment. There's some fantastic players there. So he hasn't just been sitting at home wondering where his next step was. He was out, you know, training, challenging his body. Is it the top of a mountain where he's at? No, it's not the top of a mountain. The air's a little thinner where we are. So it's going to take him a little bit of time to get in, but he's available tonight, and hopefully we'll be in the right situation to put him in to be successful.
Good luck tonight, Craig.
Thanks.
Appreciate it.
You bet.